Well guys, good afternoon, hope you're all having a wicked day. We're back at Tristan's shop and we're about to do some more work on Ronald the Integra that has changed a lot since we last spoke.
I haven't slept, Zach. I've just been working here like a slave on Ronald.
Poor thing. Absolutely slaving over this car the last couple of weeks, and I haven't filmed any updates from since when we were ripping the entire thing out. It's got like a lot of stuff done. We have a huge update to give you guys. So this is the car right now. It is like absolutely insane. We have zero interior anymore. Ooh, I can get a little pointy stick. Didn't Mighty Car Mods have one of these?
Not as good as that one.
Zero interior now. Every single little bit of the webbing has now been completely cut out of this car right here. We have no trims, no nothing. Everything's been cut out. Everything. We can even cut out more if we want to. New tail lights have gone in. We've also got all of this down here, all this underbody coating. We've decided we're not going to be running a rear bar anymore, which is a huge thing because we're going to be going with a aero cut diffuser as well. So that's going to be sick. We decided, well, I did end up going and I bought a rear bar for $100 and I was going to rewrap it, but then we were like looking at the rear of it and like taking stuff off it. And for everything that I want to do, there's no reason to really keep it. So we're just going to decide to just leave it off. Aside from that, everything on the outside of the car is pretty much the same. We have now got underneath the bonnet a huge Raceworks intake, which you guys would have seen in a previous video. Also have this huge max speeding rod strut brace as well, and there's a whole bunch of sensors underneath this thing right here, which is going to help it be a little bit more fuel efficient than it was at the last track day. So new fuel filter has gone in. What do we do? New intake air temp sensor.
Intake air temp sensor, fuel pump, air intake, fuel filter, and yeah, just a general cleanup.
Yeah.
So that was all from Raceworks and PAT. So thanks to those guys for that. And yeah, we've got the BMC air filter, which is also thanks to Raceworks and PAT. And then we've got the big strut bar in the front.
That's all on Tristan's channel as well. If you guys want to jump over to Tristan's channel, Turbo Tristan, I'll leave it down in the description, as well as the main sponsor of this entire build right here for Ronald 2.0, and that is Spool Up. So make sure to go down there, check it all out, and you can buy pretty much all of this stuff on Spool Up. They've helped us out a fair bit, haven't they, Tristan?
Got to spool up, you got to bring the boost, and that's where I come in. So check out the
boost.
website. Yep.
Oh, okay. Where's my boost?
It's coming. It's
okay.
Loading. Boost loading.
So yeah, pretty much everything on the engine bay is very, very similar to what we had before, but obviously we have a huge cold air intake now, which I'm going to make a panel that's going to go across there eventually, but that is all coming. Interior wise, we haven't changed pretty much anything apart from just delete as much stuff as possible, but the real magic is everything that we have done underneath this car. So I'm going to quickly raise it up and I'll show you guys everything underneath. Underneath is where pretty much all of the magic is now happening. So we once we pulled apart the entire car, you guys would have seen in one of the previous videos that we had so many issues with this thing, and so Tristan has gone ahead and basically rebuilt the entire bottom end of this car, and it looks absolutely insane. So let's address this big shiny elephant in the room. Piyesa Hub has given us this amazing huge stainless exhaust.
Yeah, so just a little bit about that. They're an online company and they do a lot of carbon fiber stuff for race cars, so check them out. But they're just pioneering and having a crack at this pipe kit. So it comes with no mufflers, but all the bends and everything are already there. So you just customize it to whether you're running a cat or no cat, or center res or no center res. And then you've got a choice of mufflers to test out on the back, and we've got a whole bunch of those which we'll show you later. We've got 3 different mufflers to try on this thing, and we'll choose one at the end and get it welded up. But I modified and put in a flex joint up the front.
Yeah, because this basically from here all the way to, where was it, that flange, all the way up here is all one piece at the moment. Even though it does have all these rubber mounts and stuff, you just want it I guess especially in a race car, you want it to be very solid and stuff. So
yeah. You're going to be on off the pedal a lot, so the engine does rock back. So you do need a flex joint in there. So that's in there.
Yeah,
we got that from XO Exhaust. So friends of mine that helped me out. Don't judge my welds. This is a race car, and we're trying to do things on a budget. There's no holes in it. Doesn't leak.
How much should I pay for these welds, Tristan?
Oh mate, $30 an hour for sure.
I paid nothing for Tristan to do this. So just saying, it's one of those things where it seals, it looks meh, you're learning, and it's all on a race car. So
I spent a couple of nights this week just migging this up. If I had have used my TIG, which I can do and do quite nice welds with, not too bad, it would have taken me all week to get to like halfway. So
exactly right.
Good thing about this Piyesa Hub exhaust, it saved me doing all the bends and measuring and cutting and tigging and all that.
Because you can see, or pretty much once you added the res there, like all of this, which is the main bit, all of that is all pre-done.
Yeah.
So I mean, saves you from
time.
Exactly right. Saves you doing all that sort of stuff. So 100% with you on that. But yeah, it looks really good. I really like it. We've got a couple of sound clips, which we'll show you guys a little bit later, but it sounded interesting with just the mufflers on it and no cat. So we're going to fix that today. It's going to be the main goal.
Yeah.
We'll do that along with the flex joint here. And you're saying about the engine rocking back and forward. You found a few little interesting things about the engine mounts as well.
Yeah, we had a Bluetooth rear engine mount. So we've got a hard race mount in there. That's from Elusive Racing.
Shout out to the guys at Elusive. Thank you so much. Gave us a little bit of a discount on that one there, which is sick. So appreciate that.
The suspension is now done. So thanks to Super Pro and the guys at Fulcrum/Whiteline, we have a Whiteline 27mm front sway bar. All bushes everywhere have been supplied, and we've added some little washer spaces in here for a little bit of extra caster. We can add more, but I just wanted to start somewhere and test that out.
Exactly right, yeah.
All the sway bar mounts are all replaced, and we've done road safe ball joints and Protex steering arms. And we've also got a new drive shaft from Bearing Wholesalers.
Yes, which is awesome. So we had a huge issue with it just slinging oil around everywhere, which, I don't know. Oh, you cleaned it off, did you?
I cleaned most of it off.
I'm so sorry. I know how horrible that is.
I had to. Every time I stuck my hand up there, it'd come out just filthy. So
yeah, so brand new drive shaft, which is sick. Few things you have to clean up on the engine bay side. I've got a little bit of an unfortunate oil leak, so I'm going to address that in a second. Somewhere from up around all the little sensor things that I did, I'll fix that. But yeah, we're just running the standard headers at the moment, which we will upgrade these in the future. But yeah, down to the beautiful new exhaust. These white line sway bars look absolutely insane. Coming to the back, we got a pretty cool little shiny red thing. I like that.
Yeah, this was courtesy of one of my buddies from Facebook, Chris. He had one of these just up the road, so dropped it off. We needed that to mount the sway bar to. It's a 24mm white line sway bar.
As opposed to a 9mm.
Yeah, I think it was 9 or 11. It was tiny.
Yeah.
So she's going to turn now, and we've done all of the Super Pro bushes in the back. So the arms, the front trailing arm links, and also the trailing arm bushes. And then again, Max Peating Rods, who hooked us up with the coilovers, have hooked us up with some rear camber arms. So I've made those slightly shorter, but they need adjusting. She's going to need a full wheel alignment because everything's been changed.
Absolutely, every single suspension component's been ripped out of it. The other thing we also did, which I don't think we spoke about, was we did front camber arms as well. So I managed to find some Hakon or Hakon front upper camber arms. So grabbed them off Facebook Marketplace. So they're now in. I paid $200 for them, but Max Peating Rods also sent us out a set as well. It's just we already had them slapped in. So just makes life a little bit easier. So thank you to Max Peating Rods for sending all that stuff out. Thank you to Whiteline. Thank you to Super Pro. Thank you to Piyesa Hub and PAT Raceworks. All the other guys that have thrown stuff at the car. Protex, Road Safe. I'm missing so many, aren't I? Spooler. Look, spool up. Pretty much every single one of these parts, if you were to message Spool Up, they would help you out with every single one of these. So I very much appreciate Tristan and Spool Up for that. It's absolutely amazing. aero cut. We're going to be doing a full diffuser soon. So actually, I wonder if the diffuser's going to... Cool. What we're going to do right now, we're going to work on doing the exhaust, fixing that up. And then today I'm going to be taking out the entire interior because we're going to be working with Autobahn to do the whole interior. This is crazy. So yeah, the guys at Autobahn have decided to come on board and we're going to be painting the entire interior of this car next week. So my goal is to hopefully rip out as much of the interior as possible. But before we do that, let's do this exhaust. Alrighty, so I'm now raised high above the workshop. Hello Tristan. Hi mate. And my goal, while Tristan is working on the exhaust, is to pull out all of this. I've never ripped a dash out of a car before, but I'm sure it can't be that hard. So gonna go through, rip out the entire dash. We're gonna get rid of all the heater core units and everything else behind the dash. And then, yeah, just get rid of everything that we possibly won't need in this car. Also the seat as well is going to be coming out because we're going to be either fixing this seat because it's got a bit of a hectic lean to it, or putting in a set of fresh seats which you guys haven't seen just yet. And in fact, not really many people in Australia have seen just yet. So yeah, anyway. Gonna start doing that, rip everything out, and then yeah, we'll go from there. I've been doing this for maybe 5 minutes. Look at this. I reckon we try and rip it out. Rightio, wow. Look at this. Absolutely nothing left in there whatsoever. Heater core unit is completely out, and then now what we're going to do is go underneath the dash and rip out everything that we don't need underneath it. So the heater core unit was heavy as hell. The dash is also pretty heavy. There's a lot of random brackets that we do not need in the slightest. So I'm going to quickly go in there, chop some stuff out, and go from there. So this right here is the dash. So this is that massive heater core unit that we took out just then. All that sound deadening is like that tarry stuff. It's absolutely horrible, but basically up underneath this dash, up underneath all of here is all of these little ducts for all the aircon vents and everything. So all the aircon vents coming out, every single thing is coming out, and basically it'll just be a shell with the holes to mount it to the actual car itself. All of them are very, very brittle, so I have high hopes of this thing actually staying in place once it goes back in the car, but we'll make it work. So I'll take this out into the driveway, cut a whole bunch of stuff out, and go from there. Absolutely massive difference. This is not something that we planned to do. I accidentally let Tristan have the grinder for too long. Rightio, so Ronald is ready for a new muffler. I reckon we should show them what we have to offer. From Piyesa Hub, do you want to come and join me, Tristan? Beautiful person. We have 3 different exhausts right here. We have the big Chungus lobster tip. We have the small daddy lobster tip as well. And then, what do you call that one there?
This is the trumpet style spoon exhaust.
Trumpet style spoon pea shooter, I reckon. So I reckon what we'll do, we can choose each one, or well, either one we have to weld up to here. So whichever one we decide to choose right now is the one that's going to go welded on the car for good, but we do have all of these to play around with in the future. Yep. You made a video and everyone reckons this Big Daddy lobster pea thing, whatever it is.
So the thinking with that is it's pointing to the ground so the sound won't be as deafening, and it's got more of a muffler so it's going to quieten it down more. Just by holding them, that looks like it weighs about 10 times as much, but it's actually similar weight to this.
Exactly right. Every single one of these are very similar weight. So
yeah, I can't even really tell the difference. Even though this is a shorter muffler, it's just as heavy as this and that. So.
Yep, cool. So what we'll do, we'll try them on, slip them on, just run the car up. The car has zero interior and no coolant, so fingers crossed we don't cook it. But aside from that, we'll see how we go. Which one do you want to try first?
I don't mind.
Try this one. All right, can do. Oh, we'll slap her on with great difficulty. There we go. Rightio, this is the loud boy. I don't hate that. That's nice. It's definitely quiet. Cool. All right, next one we're trying the little short boy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
the spoony boy. So this one personally is our favourite. So depending on how this sounds in comparison to the last one, definitely our favourite. But we'll see how we go.
Looks wise.
Looks wise. Don't know about sound just yet. One thing I can already notice is that exit there is already hot. I don't know about the other lobster tip. I'm wondering if this could restrict it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it may not.
This one.
Yeah. Don't know.
One to go.
I don't know. Either way, these are all going to have such nice colours.
Yep, so the next one is the lobster tail cannon.
This might be the best of both worlds. I feel like it could be. And I'm a little bit anxious because it's also my most horribly looking exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I was centre, mate. Very similar to the picture, just down. Yeah. The big boy is definitely the quietest, and I personally like the pea shooter, but it's loud.
We're putting on whichever one you want.
I feel like track-wise, we should probably put the big one on.
That would be the most sensible one.
It's unfortunate.
So it's so massive, but there's no weight disadvantage. So,
exactly right.
Yeah, there's nothing to lose by putting that on.
There's nothing to lose apart from a massive 4.5-inch lobster tip exhaust. But at the same time, it's going to be nice and quiet for all the tracks. If you guys don't know or watch from outside of Australia, you actually have noise restrictions on tracks too. So, what is it, 95 decibel? Yeah. So
a certain amount of meters away from the track, if it's over 95 decibels, you get booted and you get sent home and you don't get your money back.
So we'll put the lobster tail on, I reckon. Unfortunately, it's probably not my first go-to looking attachment, but I feel like it's definitely gonna be the best one I could for track noise limit things. What do you reckon?
I think you're right.
Alright, let's do it. Rightio guys, so today we've done so much work to this thing. The dash is now all lightened, has heaps of stuff that I've managed to cut out the back of it. Basically, if you could imagine, all those aircon vents all need ducting from the blower vac or from the blower motor. So all of those there all have these crazy little connected pipework and everywhere. It's absolutely horrible. Either way, the exhaust is now up and in here and it looks so sick. So Yes, full Stano exhaust the entire way through. Thank you to this bloke. I appreciate it, man. I can't thank you enough every single time. So, yeah, once again, if you want anything that you guys see in today's video, check out Spool Up. It'll be linked down in the description. So I very much appreciate Tristan for all his hard work. This thing is looking absolutely insane, man.
It is. It's going to be so fast on the track, just like the power to weight ratio, even though it's got a dud slow engine with no VTEC, it's going to feel like a rocket ship.
You hate the B1, don't you? You just, you loathe it.
I don't hate anything. I love all race cars.
I want this thing to be faster than Ronda. That's my plan. Do you reckon that's like, do you reckon we can do it?
I think you can, because big cojones on Zach.
I don't know about that. There's some pretty good drivers that drive Ronda.
There are, but
yeah. How fast has it gone around Sandown? Is it still the 131?
Yeah, you're still the quickest.
Yeah,
in
okay,
Ronda.
right, yeah.
So you have the record in Ronda.
Yeah, but it's faster now, isn't it?
Yeah, because we changed the intake.
Yeah.
So it's got a different Type R intake, which helps with a bit of mid-range torque, and it helps out the corners. So yeah, we'll see how she goes.
I like it. We'll have to tee up a track day with Ronda and Ronald and see which one goes good, but B18, B1's been loving life so far. We've literally just started that with no coolant, not an issue. Like, if you guys can see, this is all the dash wiring and everything else that's sort of connected up there. So you guys can see that basically we have currently like no interior in Ronda. What am I talking about? We have no interior in Ronda at the moment. So we were literally just starting it with that key right there, and the thing fires up, runs, no worries at all. So yes. The next thing I'm going to be doing is basically, we've gutted most of the interior, so it's going to be easy to sort of lift everything nice and neatly out of the way, sand the entire thing, prep it all, ready for its coat of paint. Now, what colour are we going to be doing the interior in? I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below, and yeah, I have an idea of what I want already, and I feel like it's going to look sick, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Remember that we have some beautiful bright red seats coming. We got a cage that hopefully I can sort out in the future as well. So this thing will be getting caged eventually. We have to do a harness bar, a few little things as well, because we can't run the stock seats anymore. So are there all the seat belts still in it at the moment? The driver's seat belt should be. Oh, cool. All right, I can strip that out next weekend anyway. So hopefully next week the thing should be completely, all the sound deadening should come out. We've fixed up stuff like this as well, so that's hopefully as good as it's going to get. You guys can see it's nice and straight. Aside from that, I think I'm done for today. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Please go down into the comments, leave a like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers, Tristan.
Spool up.
Appreciate it, mate.
Catch ya.